Every time something looked different, I thought I needed to fix it. Every single time, without a doubt. That's definitely what I thought in the beginning, in the initial phases. Um, if my hair looked dull, for example, I thought, how do I keep it looking moisturized? I thought, how do I keep it looking shiny? How do I keep it looking alive? How do I not have it look so dry and thirsty? Like I hated the dull moment. I would have these moments where my hair just looked super duper dull, and I didn't like that. I thought that something was wrong because I wasn't far enough in the process for my hair to look so dull. And eventually I realized what it all meant. But initially I just hated the dull, dry phase. There was a moment where no matter how much water I put in it, no matter how much oil, mousse, conditioners, sheens, it just looked so dry and dull all the time. I'm like, why is my hair looking so dull? Like I wash it, I oil it. Why is it so doggone dry? Like it drove me freaking nuts. I'm like, I hated that. But at the same time, I had to let go and let it do the journey, let it do the process. I had to not try to control it and fix it. And yeah, that was the thing. I hated that moment. Like the dryness, the dull looks was really stressful because I thought that that came later on in the journey, like towards the end when you were fully locked, where you didn't have any buzz. I thought it came then. I did not expect that to happen in the beginning. And in the beginning, it just wasn't attractive to me. It didn't look good to me. So I'm like, ooh, why is it so dry? Like I found myself wanting to oil my hair all the time, wanting to moisturize all the time, wanting to just do the works all the time, just to make sure it didn't look dull. But eventually I just had to stop because that just wasn't getting me anywhere. But that dull moment, that dry phase, that itchy, scratchy looking phase was a headache. I really didn't like that. Which takes me to the messy phase, the unruly phase. Like that phase was stressful too, because for me with the messy phase, the wild phase, I knew it was progress, but it just was hard to maintain, hard to control, hard to calm down. And I just hated how it looked all the time. It looked like put a hat on. It looked like put a scarf on. It looked like do something else. I hated that moment. That was really, really crazy to me. And some people had different names for it. I didn't have a name for it besides out of control. The hair was out of control. Like I could not tame it. It was doing things like this way, that way. It was doing a lot. It was doing way too much. And I was like, this is for the birds. Really, this is really for the birds. And it made me feel like, is it just me? But I realized it wasn't just me because other people said they were doing that. They have the same experiences too. So I'm like, okay, it's not just me. But what happened was my insecurity level rose. I couldn't control it. I got frustrated. I got upset. And I tried to hide it. I tried to disguise it. I tried to make it go away. I tried to just not pay it any attention. I tried to pretend it wasn't there, but it wasn't going anywhere. It definitely was not going anywhere. So that kind of did not work. Unlike, the dry dull phase, there were moments where, if I oiled it or spritzed it or moisturized it or washed it, there were moments where it looked it lively for a few days. Like even now, I feel like my hair still looks kind of dry, so to say. Like it doesn't look shiny and moisturized, But, again, at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. And that's what I get for trying to control every part of the journey. Like, if I knew then I couldn't control it, I wouldn't have been complaining about it and I wouldn't have stressed out about it. But I was trying to control every part of the journey. So that is why I was complaining about it. Why I'm talking about it now, because that was me post 5 years ago. And shout out to me. It is June 1st. Today is my lock anniversary. Today makes my 6 year lock anniversary. I've been locked for 6 years out here. I started June 1st, 2020. Today is June 1st, 2026. It is my 6 year lock anniversary. So I'm so excited about that. So proud that I made it through. But moving on, another phase of the journey that I did not like at all was the stringy part of the journey. There was a part of the journey where my hair, in my opinion, looked very stringy, very limp, very dead, no volume. It was just hanging, it was loose, no volume, no body. it was just dead, like, and I hated that part of the journey because I'm like, what's going on? Is it locking? Is it not locking? Like, did I do something wrong? Did I not do something right? Like, what's going on here? Like, that part made me really feel like I'm pretending to have locks, but I don't have locks. And it made me think about what other people think about my hair, but that's another story for another conversation. But I say all that to say that it was tough in the beginning. That beginning was really, really tough because I felt like I didn't start from thick natural hair. I started from loose perm hair that was getting blowout. So I thought, okay, my hair is looking loose and stringly at this part of the journey because I don't have healthy hair. I'm starting from processed perm damaged hair. So I thought that's why I was going through that. But later on you learn that is not why you're going through that. I will get to what all this means in a few minutes, So that thin, stringy, dead, no body, no volume hair process was like, ugh, how long is this part of the journey gonna last? When are we gonna move forward to something else? Like, don't like this part at all. But the life journey is not for the weak. Definitely not for the weak. Only for the strong. Definitely only for the strong. Definitely for the strong. And I say that because you will quit really, really quickly. Um, I was in my head all the time because I was working out into fitness and stuff like that. So I wanted to look perfect. I wanted to look tamed. I wanted to look neat. I wanted to look on point all the time. I did not want to have messy locks. I didn't want it to be disheveled all over the place. And I didn't know the first 6 months that there ain't nothing to do about that. I didn't know that. I thought that I had control. I got the power. I thought I had the power to control everything the way I wanted to, and I realized realized really, really quickly, man, please, you better go sit down and have several seats because it does what it wants. And I say all that to say that when your hair is doing what it wants to, like what's actually happening is you're realizing the change that's happening. You're realizing, okay, all these things I can't control, all these things that's going wrong, whether it be your dull hair, or maybe be your dry looking hair, or your messy hair, or your wild hair, or your thin hair, or your strangly hair, all these things you're complaining about really full circle is a part of the process in the journey. Beginning, from the beginning to middle to end, you're gonna go through all these different transitions and phases, and it's normal, and it's what you're supposed to go through. And everyone goes through it, and it's not just you, it's not just me. So I say all that to say, I realized where I was in my journey, what was going on in my journey, why it was happening that way, and what it meant. And when I realized all of that, it helped me be calm, relax, relate, and release, and know you're good. You're definitely good out here. Again, you didn't need to constantly touch your locks. You didn't constantly need to try to fix it. You didn't need to be insecure and vulnerable and doubting the whole process, but you did. And all that was for nothing, but it happens. Life is life. And, it's an experience. It's a journey. My journey won't be like anyone else's, and yours won't be like mine's. And eventually, I learned that. So I learned pretty much everything I could not control was natural and a part of the journey, and was a part of the journey, letting me know that this was my head supposed to be doing at this moment, at this time, to get me to the next stage of the process. But me trying to be pretty, pretty princess all the time, I was like, no, it's sticking left. It's sticking right. It keep poking up. It won't do this. Like even right now, I have one that is lively. It is doing what it wants to do because I have a style that just took out, so it's kind of wild. But it was many of them doing that to the point where it was embarrassing. See how strong that is? Yeah, they're strong. They literally can do what they want, and you can do nothing about it besides try to hide it and try to put something else around it to distract it. But I say all those things to say I didn't have to constantly fix my locks. I didn't have to constantly touch my locks. I didn't have to doubt myself in a journey. I didn't have to be insecure in a journey. I didn't have to worry about comparing myself to other people. I didn't have to think I couldn't do it. Eventually, it all makes sense. Eventually, I saw when I stopped doing those things, it came to fruition. Eventually, I saw that it was all me. I was the problem. I was doing way too much. I was in my head. I was comparing too much. I wasn't loving my journey. I wasn't taking time to process how I was supposed to go. I wasn't doing none of those things. I was just wanting instant results, instant chat GPT results, that instant gratification immediately, but did not want instant locks. And I say all that to say I self-sabotaged myself. I did it to myself. And it sucks because looking back, I drove myself crazy for no reason. And maybe I'm the only one. Maybe other people do the same thing too. But if you can, try not to. Try to avoid it if you can. Definitely try to avoid it. Save yourself the headache and the stress and the worries. Don't do it. Don't be like me. But honestly speaking, I wish I could go back to those parts of the journey sometime because it's cute now knowing what I know. And I thought about the dumbest things. Why would I stress out about stringy hair? Why did I care about my hair being thinner than other people's? Why did I care about the wild part? Why did I care about the messy part? Why did I care about the dullness? Why did I care about the dryness? Because I just wanted to look like other people. Again, secretly insecure, judging myself, comparing myself to other people, just not being satisfied, trying to control every part of the journey. And what's for you is for you, and that wasn't for me. And it took 5 years for me to get there. So wrapping this up to let you know that if you're out there thinking about getting locks, I have an ebook on Amazon called What Actually Mattered and What Didn't Matter in My Lock Journey. If you don't have an Amazon account, if you don't have a PDF or a Nook, any of those electronic readers, you can also go to Gumroad and purchase this as a PDF download and get this book as well. This book is for people who are thinking about getting locked, don't know where to start, where to begin, what they need, what they don't need. This is for you. Also, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button on the way out the door, leave a comment, let me know where I know you from, share my video as well if you get a chance, and let me know what you'd like to hear from me coming up in the future. So thank you guys for rocking out with me, for vibing. Just want to share a little bit about how I thought I needed to control every part of my life journey, but I really didn't, and the price I paid by thinking that way and what it got me in the end. And also that I'm celebrating my 6 year lock anniversary today, June 1st, 2026. I made 6 years lock. 6 years of growing these long tresses and manes and going through the ups and downs of the jungle and the lock community and the family and just having grace with myself and trying to stay committed the whole way and never giving up. But I do want to take a moment to shout out to the chat. Shout out to my bestie, Irby Fatal. How are you? If you guys are new here, if you guys are here for the first time, or if you guys been around, please be sure to subscribe to Irby Fatal's page, Irby Fatal 4919 from Florida, representing the South, Dirty Dirty. He has a channel. He talks about random things on his channel that I'm pretty sure you'll all be interested in. I want to also send a shout out to everyone here who I never met. Shout out to the star. Shout out to everyone in the chat who's making comments that I can't even understand in English. Other languages going on here. Shout out to King Hudson 618 as well. And replay game, do your thing. If you catch this in a replay, definitely let me know what you think about my video. Any upcoming content you want to hear from me, anything you want to ask me in real time, definitely leave a comment and I'll get back to you in real time. Closing out. Peace, y'all. One love, Lock Diaries.